Hello, my name is Zachary Carpenter, and this is my capstone for KIN 363BE for Professor Pruitt. This assignment is for Department of Health Science Kinesiology at California Baptist University. This assignment is our final week 8 capstone for the class. For this capstone, we will be going over our grade level that we will be discussing. We will also explain a skill set or an actual activity that we will prepare each student to learn. And to prepare them for this specific activity or skill, objectives and standards will be set in place to help prepare them. The first California standard we have set is assessments 1.6 and 1.7. Assessment 1.6 explains that students must balance on 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 body parts. Child is able to balance on 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 body parts. Next, the 1.7 says balance while walking forward and sideways on a narrow elevated surface. Child is able to balance while walking forward and sideways on the narrow elevated surface. That is the first California standards, and those will be shown in the future part of this video. But first, I will be explaining what this video will actually cover in whole. After the California standards are explained and observed in the video, next will be the objectives. There are 3 sets of objectives that will be explained and demonstrated by a student later in my video. Next, we will also explain the equipment that were needed for the games that we'll be explaining in the last part of the video. We will have 2 time activities, and we will have 2 focus activities. The time activities are running and stopping, and this one is mainly for long-term aerobic endurance. And the next is jumping and hopping patterns. This shorter, more intense bouts are to focus on the anaerobic systems. Lastly, the focus games, first color tag, and lastly group jump rope. These games that will be used in our last portion and will be also demonstrated by different subjects in our videos. Thank you, and I will now begin to show the examples of the first California standards that prepares my student for balancing. Okay, and for this portion, my subject will demonstrate the California standards I explained. The first one is 1.6, balance on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5 body parts. So first, Chris, we're gonna have you stand on your right leg and balance on your right leg. You don't have to be on the balance beam, just on your right leg in general. Go ahead and balance on there. Cool, let's see the left leg. Great, and then let's see you balance on your right leg and your right arm at the same time.
Right leg and right arm at the same time. So like this.
Perfect. And that is a demonstration of California Standard 1.6. You can go ahead and relax now. Next, we have California Standard 1.7. This one is balance while walking forward and sideways on a narrow elevated surface. Child is able to balance while walking forward and sideways on a narrow elevated surface. So we're gonna go ahead and perform that. So we're gonna have you walk on a narrow elevated surface. See if you can make it across. Hold that balance. You just gotta be as good as a kindergartner. There we go. And then now let's walk backwards, sideways.
Backwards.
I meant sideways, correct. There we go. Keep working. Perfect. All right, and for section 4, we have a new volunteer. His name is Mike. So for this objective, students will dribble a soccer ball for 30 seconds. And our example here is a golf ball. We're using a golf ball for our soccer ball. And we're gonna go ahead and dribble that soccer ball for 30 seconds now. Using your feet. You do feet dribbling. Yeah, feet. Dribbling is described as moving forward with the object as well. So go ahead and just kick it forward as you slowly walk forward. Dribbling back and forth between each feet. Perfect. We'll go ahead and turn around and keep that back on the other side. Great job. Kindergarten level for sure. There we go. All right, and for objective 2, we have students will demonstrate kindness to their peers by using 3 compliments daily. And here Mike will explain to us 3 compliments that he would use for his peers daily.
The 3 compliments I would use is, you look very nice today. your shoes look good, and your hair looks good.
Great, great. I'll definitely demonstrate some kindness in the gym for sure. Next, we have students will demonstrate and explain 5 gym rules. Now.
Okay, so 5 gym rules is 1, always ask for new equipment when you don't know how to use the equipment. Rule number 2 is always be kind to others. Rule number 3, always be clean. Cleanliness is on point. Rule number 4 is always be kind to others. Rule number 5 is never speak loudly towards others.
Perfect, perfect. For the next portion of our assignment, we'll be moving on to the time activity. And for these activities, the equipment that we will need is color spots, gym pro, whistle, speaker, and ground marker. All right, here we have volunteer Micah. For this one, we'll do a 30-minute introductory activity, running and stopping, supply signals for change, and with voice command, whistle, drum beat, or hand clap. Children enjoy being challenged by having to change with signal. Continue each part of routine long enough for body challenge and involvement, but not so long that it becomes tiresome. Running is the basis of many gross motor movement activities, but other activities can be used. All right, Micah, so we're gonna start at the very beginning of this carpet right here. We'll have you stand right there. And when I go ahead and tell you to start, we're gonna run in a straight direction, and you're gonna change your direction on my command. So go ahead and start, run straight, and stop, turn right, run right, stop, turn around, run back towards me, and then turn left, and run straight, turn left again, run straight. Perfect, exactly. Next fitness activity we have is jumping and hopping patterns. We'll have jumping and hopping patterns in different directions, back and forth over a spot, jumping or hopping in and out over or around hoops, individual mats or jump ropes, lay on the floor, jumping or hopping back and forth over lines and hopping down the lines. This incorporates strength due to the short, intense bouts to activate the anaerobic systems. So we have the remote as our piece of object. So Mike, I'll have you stand on the back side of the remote right here, and I'm gonna give you a pattern on how you're gonna jump over the remote. So if I say forward, you jump towards me. If I say left, you'll jump on your left side of the remote and your right side. So we're gonna do forward, right, left pattern. Jump forward it, and then you'll jump to the right and then to the left of the remote. So over the remote.
Over.
Yeah, there we go. And then we'll go to the left of the remote.
Your left or my left?
Your left. Oh yeah, that way. And then to the right of the remote. Perfect. And that's gonna be the jumping and hopping patterns. All right, our last volunteer is Akbar. And for this one, we'll be doing a 30-minute lesson focused activity. The first is color tag. Color tag, this is a health-related skilled aerobic fitness. This is aerobic activity due to the duration and low intensity, and skill is required due to the accuracy of the color choice. Players are safe when they stand on a specific color. Leaders may change the safe color at any time. This game requires focus and memory for each individual player. So Akbar, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna call out either green, white, or red. And I'm gonna need you to make sure you run to that character and stand on it once I instruct you. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and have an example game right now. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and go to white. And then we're gonna go green. And then we'll go back to white. And then we'll go red. Perfect, great job, Akbar. All right, Akbar, and our last game we have is a 30-minute game activity, and it's gonna be group jump rope. We currently have an unavailable group that has left at this point in the video, so we're gonna go ahead and give an example as if there is people here. A student will stand at each end of the long jump rope with 3 students in the middle. The 3 students in the middle will jump over the jump rope as it swings by the classmates. This game incorporates skill, balance, and strength by properly jumping over the rope each time. So for example, there'll be one individual standing where this red blanket is, and one individual standing where the green blanket is, and there'll be 3, including Akbar, in the middle. And the individuals will swing the jump rope, and Akbar has to successfully, with his peers, jump over the jump rope each time. And we're gonna have an imaginary jump rope swinging right now, and he's got to jump over it. Do 3 jumps, just like that. Perfect, Akbar. Great job today. Thank you for listening to my capstone for my movement experience with children. with Professor Pruitt. Thank you for listening this far. In summary, my activities are for grade level kindergarten, and it's for the primary skill of balancing. My California standards represent items that would help induce the balancing of the students. And nextly, my objectives were all measurable and a noticeable outcome that can be graded. Lastly, my time activities included aerobic and anaerobic activities. And lastly, my games included focus and strength training activities as well. Thank you for listening to my capstone for our class, Movement Experience for Children. Bye-bye.